What's going on, folks? This is your boy BlogXilla sitting here with the cast of The Breaks. These guys put together a great movie on VH1.
Yes.
Yeah. This guy right here, though, gives this crazy look. I was really scared. I was scared when you looked at my man. It was like, oh shit. Where'd you get this like look of anger and death? Like I might kill you at any moment.
Being honest, I got it from serial killers. Like I watched a bunch of footage of serial killers before I played it, just to kind of see what was in their eyes, and it's absolutely nothingness but evil. So I kind of tried to, pull that out. I'm glad it came across.
Man, you did it well.
You did it well.
All right.
You scared me.
You scared me too just now.
I gotta say,
Serial killers.
Scary dude.
I gotta tell you guys, like during the audition, right? We had to do the audition process with each other, and the audition that I did with him, like when I tell you, he was like a rabid pit bull in the room, like I'm to the point where there was a part where I was like, yo, are we still doing this? Why you got it, man? You got it.
Cut.
You got the perfect part. You got the perfect person.
So just give them a little bit of background on who your characters are.
So my character is named David Aaron. He's basically like a young radio program director. So in the early 90s, radio stations just were not playing hip hop. I mean, they're playing like MC Hammer and Vanilla Ice, but like nothing beyond that. And so he is part of that first generation of radio program directors, like young guys who started putting hip hop on the air and sort of made it, become what it is today.
My character is Daryl Van Putten Jr. It's a very long name, so you can call him DV. DV is he's a college dropout. Shout out to Kanye, and he's actually a young DJ and a producer who goes metaphorically to the ends of the world to try to find the person or the thing that'll make his sound perfect. Because against all our odds, like his dad doesn't want him to do it. Everybody, there's so many different odds against him.
I was gonna say your dad is against rap, and who plays your father?
One of the rap gods.
Yes. Nothing was such. Oh, you wouldn't be that kind of guy. What's this?
Mind you, I've known Meth my whole life, but so seeing him like that, I couldn't even keep a straight face during a take. I'm like, are you serious, bro?
My character is Miss Nikki Jones. She's a recent George Washington graduate, salutatorian, who rips up her acceptance letter to Harvard at this famous graduation speech, and says she's going to leave everything and go to New York to be a music manager under the hugest Barry Ferrer. Which would be the equivalent of where Russ was at when he started Def Jam with the pizzazz of P. Diddy. So all of that is who Wood's character is for me. And against all odds, my best friend and my boyfriend, we try to make it happen because she loves hip hop very much.
My character is Ahmed Harris, and he's a product of his environment, but he doesn't have a problem with it. He's a cold, pragmatic. He happens to have lyrical gifts. He's also very inclined to whatever it takes to get to wherever he needs to get to. Relentless in his pursuits.
Did you spit those bars? Did you write them or did they give them?
Fonte Coleman wrote those
Shout
bars.
out to
He's a problem.
Fonte.
He's a problem. He wrote those bars.
But you killed it.
Thank you.
But you did your thing, brother.
You can write it, but to rap, I mean, you look like you wrote it.
Yeah, that's what I was checking to see, was like how authentic were the bars, and you guys, you did a great job.
Thank you, brother.
Because 90s rap is so different from,
Yeah.
and I remember when we were prepping, Ant would be in the car every day when we'd be leaving with these headphones, just like, I text him, he's like, oh, we can only text because I'm listening to the car right now. Because he's like, 90s rap is so different. To go back to the cadence and the way they used to spit.
So different.
That's why I was shocked when you said Q-Tip was your favorite. Q-Tip? Q-Tip's a legend, don't get me wrong, but...
Yeah, well, I guess he's more like a
best.
producer. I mean, I guess he's sort of like everything,
But he is
like,
everything.
if you're talking just like a straight MC, then yeah, I guess, Nas. Although recently I've been getting really into Mobb Deep.
I love
I
Mobb
think
Deep.
those guys
I
do
love
not
Mobb Deep.
get
Infamous.
Oh my goodness.
Monday Night Football event. Who's your guys' favorite rappers? Who's your favorite MCs?
Shoot, man. Like, for me, just personally, It is a toss-up between Nas and Q-Tip.
Yeah.
Well, he stole my answer. I'm a big Tribe Called Quest fan. That's why I loved when it made it into the film. Because I was so excited because that's the world I was living in to prep for this. The entire 2 months, it was nothing but, yeah, Nas, Q-Tip, those are my favorite.
Yeah, Big, Pac, Jay, Nas, Lauryn Hill.
Yeah, Lil Long. It's a good
Yeah, I thought we
one.
said
Said the
rap.
exact
Yeah.
same. Definitely, I'd say Big. His timing to me is just
Impeccable.
impeccable timing.
Yeah.
Impeccable.
That was the 90s. The 90s was all about lyrics, it was all about actually good music.
Yep.
Which I was curious about, because in a radio station, when you run into the dude in a bubble bath, he's like, this is about real music.
Yes.
But hip hop was real music, especially in the 90s, right in the 90s, because that's when they started to like really understand and get it. So they were doing a lot more.
Well, it was that golden age, I think, where a lot of it was sort of the first sort of like generation of people who had grown up like listening to it started making it on their own.
Yeah.
You know, like there were groups like here and there in the 80s, and it was sort of starting to like build. But then once you hit the early 90s, all those guys that were kids in like 82 and 84 and like, listening to Grandmaster Flash and Public Enemy and all that, now they were like 17, 18, and they could get their hands on equipment, start writing their own stuff and doing their own stuff. So I think that's when it really sort of came into its own.
We definitely lost a little bit, because now you can just throw some flashy colors.
Yeah, it's about, you know, the
Catchy
beat,
up.
and we excuse ourselves a lot. I mean, I even sing songs that, you know, I'm not very proud of because I'm like, well, the beat, you know what I mean? I work out to it. It's good for spin class. But you think about it, and they're not, a lot of them that that are catchy, they're not really talking about anything.
Yeah.
So you have these kids that are listening to diss stuff that isn't really, and these kids were listening to that. You know what I mean? And that's where they were birthed out of. And that's what I love about this movie the most.
Absolutely. What was it like for you guys going on set and getting those 90s props? Because I saw Wood's phone, and I was like, yo, where'd you get that from?
They got me real Walkman, like the ones that used to, like the foam used to fall off and it used to break on the way to junior high. I had those with the same cassette that I had in like the 6th grade. That was surreal. The backpack.
With the 3 buttons?
Yes! Yes, and the rewind always stuck.
Little
Yes.
tissue in it. We want to record stuff.
Exactly. I remember that. Trying to record your favorite joint off the radio.
Oh my God!
Tissue
And
in
you,
it.
and you always got the beginning of like listening to W, and you're like, crap, you try to dub it off.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, this
like,
double deck tape player.
Juggy's apartment. We had the satin sheets, the circle bed, like
man.
the stereo system. It was so 90s. I loved that.
It was a different time period, and the love and everything that people had for the music and everything was different. It was very evident. Like you could feel it through like the stuff that they produced. So I would want to bring that love back.
This sounds weird, but I feel like I would bring back the innocence, and I only mean that in the sense of back when I was looking at even the clothes, like in the scenic area where we had our costume fittings, they had all of these renderings. Like it was like wallpaper of the 90s, pictures and visions of every single character. And I remember during the fitting, I was looking at all this, and I was still piecing Nikki together. So look at all these women were fully clothed. They had on glasses. They were smart. I would bring that back. The idea of that woman, because I'm proud to play her. There are a lot of women that you get these roles for, and you have to find reasons to make them awesome outside of what we now say is okay for 2015. A little boob, a little cursing, a little this. She's still classy. She might be an unreasonable bitch at times, but she went to school. She's smart. The value system, I would bring back.
This your boy BlogXilla, we out.
Thank you for having us, man.
And I didn't fall in this chair.